It was late at night, the streets were almost empty, and somewhere in California, a man began turning fear into a signature. He was not just a killer. He wanted to be seen. He wanted to be remembered. He wanted the whole world to hear his name, even without ever knowing who he really was. In the late 1960s, California seemed to breathe freedom, music, and change. But behind that image, a shadow was growing. Between 1968 and 1969, couples were attacked in isolated places, quiet streets turned into scenes of terror, and the feeling of safety slowly vanished. The first attack that drew attention happened near Vallejo. Then came more assaults. Some survivors lived to describe what they saw. Others never had that chance. And each new case deepened the fear of an entire region. But what made it even more terrifying was not only the violence, it was the fact that the criminal spoke. He wrote, he taunted, he sent letters to newspapers, police, and reporters as if he were directing his own horror show. That was when he became known as the Zodiac. The name was no accident. The letters came filled with threats, strange symbols, and cold statements, as if someone wanted to build a legend. He claimed he had killed people. He said he would continue. One of the most striking elements of this case was not a weapon, nor a crime scene. It was a symbol, a circle crossed by a line. Simple, direct, unforgettable. He wrote ciphers, he challenged experts, he promised to reveal secrets, and for a time, the entire country was trapped by one impossible question. Who is sending this? The media entered the story. Fear spread quickly. Every new envelope seemed to carry more than paper and ink. It felt alive. The more Zodiac spoke, the bigger he became in the public imagination. In 1969, one of the most famous messages was sent to the San Francisco Chronicle. Inside it were codes, unsettling words, and a promise of ongoing terror. Some of those ciphers took decades to be solved. But solving a code was not the same as solving the case. The truth is that Zodiac was never officially identified. Despite countless theories, sketches, and suspects, his real identity was never confirmed. Investigators followed clues, compared handwriting, and analyzed every possible detail, but the killer always seemed to slip away. There is something especially cruel about a crime that also wants to be a message. Zodiac did not only want to harm, he wanted to write fear in bold letters as a mark impossible to erase. Most cases fade with time. This one did not. Each generation revisits the mystery. Each new theory brings the doubt back to life. And perhaps that is the most frightening part, not knowing who he was, not knowing where he was, not knowing if his identity remained hidden forever. Because when the face disappears, the legend grows. And when the legend grows, fear never truly dies. The Zodiac Killer left one question behind for history. What if the greatest mystery is not what he did, but the fact that no one ever managed to stop who he was?